Joining us now, Texans Radio. It's Texans President Greg Grissom. Greg, game week, here we go.
Let's go. It's game week. I'm ready.
All right, so I said earlier on the air that you were probably going to give me grief because of the way I began my DeMeco Ryans interview, which was, finally a coach understands my pain.
Yes. Well, we all understand the pain, but there's nothing more fun than beating the Colts.
Nothing more
or really
fun.
any of our division opponents, but the Colts, I know for you, is really special.
It's big.
And you know what? Let's get the home season started off the right way with that victory, just to make you happy.
Yep, sure. But if I'm happy, everybody's happy. That's the beauty of it.
I could tell you I'm happy if he's happy. That's for sure. But there is something, when you're in this building long enough, you get to a point, you see that horseshoe, and you just kind of have this visceral reaction. You've been in this building a long time. You
No
have
question. That? Yeah. I mean, you respect all your opponents.
Sure.
The NFL is hard.
Sure.
But, I don't really much care for the horseshoe and, that lighter color blue. And they've had great success as a franchise, but I think it's another time to beat them on Sunday.
Absolutely. And when the fans come to the game, and we'll get into a lot of the aspects of this, but it's important. We have you here, so you tell us, first of all, because I know everything's different, right? Everything's better than ever. Digital tickets, this is the third consecutive year of all digital, but the way that they're distributed and that you communicate with the fans on how to get to the game and best ways to get into the game, how has that emerged and evolved?
Well, it's been a real focus area for us this offseason is how can we communicate and better educate fans when they come to the game. And so digital ticketing does allow you to do that. Just think about it. If you had tickets, hard tickets previously, and you gave them to a friend, you may have known everything to what to expect, where to park, how all that, but you give it to the friend, and we don't know that, so there's no way for us to communicate. Now, we have a very robust know before you go, so emails that sent out to tell you where to park, the best route to go, and encourage everybody to pay attention to that. It'll help their game experience. But if you forward those tickets to somebody, which we really want to make sure that all tickets are used and in hands of people who are coming to the game, they get an email shortly thereafter telling them all the same information. So you don't even have to worry about that anymore. And it's our business analytics team, our email team, and everybody putting together have done a great job and really want to communicate and give everybody the best information they can to have a great game day.
You can look at me, Greg, and realize I don't miss a meal.
I have that same challenge.
I love food, and I never get to handle any of it because I'm always down on the sidelines. But I know the fans are going to have an opportunity this year to tackle all the great food that's here. But what's new up in the food category up in NRG Stadium? Because I know fans, of course, they want their beer, they want their popcorn, et cetera. But what else can they get when they get to the stadium that's new?
So let me just maybe answer a couple of things that aren't new but are still here. So we've had Killen's Barbecue. We've got Good Company Barbecue. We have Hugo's in the club and a variety of other restaurateurs that they're really reflect the great culinary environment of Houston, which is just kind of connected to our overall theme, which is embracing Houston and what makes it unique in all that we do. So to that end, we've also added, I think it's got a lot of attention, our friends at Bumby and bringing Trill Burgers into the stadium in 5 locations. There's a lot of interest around Trill Burgers, which is awesome. And we're going to do our best to keep the lines down as good as we possibly can. And then, a bigger product, maybe not Houston-based, but it's actually a family here in Houston who runs the local franchise. Pizza Hut will be in the stadium for the first time. Started in preseason, but for the first regular season game. But, food is just such an amazing way to just connect to people, right? Yeah. And we'll even hopefully be introducing a new hot dog here that will have some Houston roots, maybe even a Houston-type name. And we just want to make sure that when people come to the stadium, they can connect to the things that they know and love about Houston here at NRG Stadium.
H-Town dog. I just thought of it. H-Town dog, something like that. Well,
maybe you're onto it. I don't know.
Guy over here.
Well, this makes the decision really difficult. I'm thinking of all these options. I mean, there aren't too many places where you go see a game where it's a really tough decision. Do I go Killen's, Good Company, or Trill Burger, for instance? That's tough.
How about all of them? But do it all before the game. Get into your seat early so that you're in your seat early and getting loud to get after the Colts.
And along those lines, if you're in your seat early, which you should be, you're going to see something very different and special with this Legend of the Bull. You've hinted on this last time. What are people going to see?
Honestly, I'm excited. I get to see it firsthand, here tonight and as we lead into the season. So I think it's going to be spectacular. Our video and game day presentation crew have worked really, really hard on it. it's a little more thematic. It's maybe something that we haven't done before. And I just know it's going to be special. I think we're going to have lights flashing. We're going to have music going. We're going to really try to tell the story of the Legend of the Bull and maybe how that, even connects into Thunderstruck, which is one of our primary songs that we have on game day. So I think it's going to be exciting. It gives people a reason to come early, get into their seats and be ready to welcome the team out on the field.
Greg, I know it sounds logical to listen to your fans, but there are a lot of teams that just won't do it. But it feels like that's become, I don't know if you put up on a whiteboard and you're like, okay, we got to do these 10 things, but it feels like it's one of those 10 things, listening to the fans and listening to their suggestions and then applying them either that year or the following year, whatever the case might be. Why is that such an important deal for you and the organization?
Well, when you say one of 10 things, I'd put it at number one.
Yeah.
And why is it important? They're what makes us go, right? Without the fans, we really don't have anything. And so we want to better understand. It's always been a hallmark of the organization. And yes, we have tried to amp it up over the last year or two just to better understand what's their expectation from us. What do they want from us as we really try to challenge ourselves to change and evolve? What better way to do that than to ask and to listen and to adapt? And there are many examples where they've given us feedback. I mentioned some, things around communication. That's part of it. A big part of that is our parking and how we can get people in and out of the stadium. They have tremendous ideas about that because they're out there experiencing it, and we want to make that the best experience possible. So broadly, what better way to get better than to listen to the folks who are investing their time and energy and money into this experience to make it better? So that's what we're focused on doing.
Music, DJs, everything's a little bit different that way. Plus, the halftime show for this one is Louis the Singer, right?
Correct. Yeah. I mean, so DJs, we have two new DJs, DJ Vanilla Trill, DJ McBreezy, I think is the right way to say it. I'm probably, my daughter's going to get mad at me for that, but that's fine. But really excited about the vibe that they can create. And then Louis the Singer this Sunday at halftime with maybe a little special guest. So stay in your seat and see if there might be a little special guest. But Louis is a great artist and just, again, reflective of Houston and everything that we're trying to do.
I know we talk football all the time because that's what we are hired to do. You know football as well as anybody in this building. Your thoughts about?
I don't know about that.
No, this is true. This is true. You know football. You and I can talk football, and you know the right questions to ask and the right things to say. So going into this game against the Colts, just your overview of what you saw from week one and the excitement of some of those things, bringing it into week two.
Well, I would say I remain excited and energized by this young team. I know the outcome on the field, win-loss column, wasn't what anybody wanted, but I love the way that the response. From DeMeco, from CJ, all the players they're just focused on getting better. And I think we saw so many exciting things that we can build on. Hopefully we build on them Sunday here and get into the victory column. But I'm just really encouraged and excited about where we're going moving forward with this group and what they can become, and I can't wait to watch it all happen.
Well, 9 home games, so obviously this is the home opener, and the next one is the Watt game. Packed house. What a way to start the season at home for the Houston Texans.
Correct. Well, yeah, Sunday should be a packed house. I would say tickets are always still available with the secondary market, so I encourage, we're basically sold out, but that doesn't mean that tickets aren't available by going to the NFL Ticket Exchange. With Ticketmaster, you can always find seats that folks are kind of looking to sell or whatever. But so it'll be a packed house this Sunday. Will definitely be a packed house against the Steelers as we honor JJ and welcome it into the Ring of Honor. And then right behind that, we have the Saints coming to town, for the next home game, and should have another great environment there. So really, really looking forward to a great start of the season.
All right, so I have one more question about football because John's right. We could do a football show with Greg, and a lot of people don't know this. Yes. Greg and I, we went to a big group meeting, and Greg and I were having a Texans trivia throwdown, and it was tough on me, Johnny.
I think I could take you down. I really think I could take you down.
And you know what he remembers? Like, what was Deshaun Polk's number and stuff like that. I don't remember numbers all the time. I know 99. Anyway, Greg, what is give me maybe your top 2 or 3 Colts memories, best memories, best moments against this organization?
So
because
the 2 that popped to mind is the first one would be the first time we beat them on the road, which was
2015.
That was 2015. Yeah. And I can tell. I actually have a picture in my office of a group of us that were standing there as we were counting down that game, and it was kind of an amazing game just to go up there and beat them on the road that we'd never done it. And then the other is, I would say, is the season kickoff with Arian.
231 on the ground.
Yeah, and just, I mean, they couldn't stop him. And it was just an amazing day just to kind of realize that not only had we beat them, but we beat them pretty good that day. Yeah. So it was that would probably be the other one to jump to mind.
It was like you finally punched the bully back. You know, it's like the bully had been kind of holding you down a little bit, and finally you're like, no, take this. And that's kind of what it felt like.
Yeah.
And look, there are ways to win games, but when you run for 231, one guy runs for 231, you feel like you're really just finally giving it back to them.
Well, I just remember they couldn't stop him, and so they couldn't. The clock just kept running, and they really never had any opportunities to score. So it was a good day.
Boy, I'd love that on Sunday.
I would
too.
too.
Damian Pierce for 231. Would you take it right now? Yes, I would.
Absolutely. Yes, please.
Yes.
Thank you. I don't have to look at door number 2. Let's hope for a great day on Sunday. Greg, thanks a lot for joining us.
No problem. Just real quick. Be early, wear white, be loud. Let's go.
Yeah, still wear the Liberty white,
That's right.
obviously.
Liberty white. Team's going to be, it's a season kickoff game, featuring Liberty white, and get everybody getting their seats early. Welcome this team to the field. So just think about be in your seats by 11:30, and let's bring the juice.
And see this new show, this new pre-show, because it's different. It's not what you're accustomed to. It's going to be awesome. Thanks a lot, Greg.
Thanks, guys.